Felt like Gumby for a second. Welcome to All Better with David Drew. I'm your host, David Drew. So glad to have you guys here tonight. Another set of awesome guests, as always. On the professor side of things, we actually have a married couple. They're both professors, Professor Miguel Centeno and Professor Deborah Capel. Now, for those of you who don't know, Professor Centeno teaches the sort of wildly popular course, The Western Way of War. Professor Capel teaches a lot about Soviet history. So we're going to ask them about the Cold War, that is marriage. And on the student side of things and the talent side of things, we are so thrilled to bring out some real all-stars from our championship football team. We have Karan Reed, Quinn Epperly, Seth DeValve, and Roman Wilson. We're going to chat with Quinn and Karan, and then Karan's going to stay on. We're going to kick Quinn out to the curb, and then Roman and Seth are going to come on, and they're going to do a song, and you are just going to be filled with just cheer. Just cheer to cheer. Now, actually, speaking of people who won stuff recently, I think we have a Rhodes Scholar in the house. Do we have a... Your cheek is concerningly elastic.
Well, yours is concerningly bearded.
Touche. Touche. I'm stocking up for winter. A lot of crazy stuff happening on campus lately. A lot of wacky shenanigans going down. Last week, 5 members of the Ivy Club reported to McCosh Health Center with symptoms of gastroenteritis. Yeah. Which actually, this is great. Just confirms the rumor that the Ivy Dining Hall is actually just a Panera Bread.
Oh, that's bad. Or good, depending on if you like Panera Bread.
Really a love it or hate it thing. As of this morning, about 3,500 undergrads had received the vaccine for meningitis B, Bexsero. Or as we like to call it, having your arm hurt for a day or two is still better than dying of meningitis, so please shut the fuck up and go get vaccinated. Questions will be taken after the show.
Okay.
Tom Musa, the general manager of McCarter Theater Center, has been accused of embezzling over $100,000 from the Princeton Triangle Club. Yeah. Now, the state attorney general's office has vowed to get this money back so that it can go back to the important purpose of buying padded bras for men.
They're very expensive, though. They have to order them from Siam.
Adam, Siam no longer exists.
That's why they're so expensive.
Rescuers this week had to head out on Lake Carnegie in the freezing cold to rescue 3 men whose boat had gotten stuck on a dam. Yeah, the men were rescued. The dam was not.
Guess people just don't give a damn.
That's why we love you, Adam.
That's why I hate myself.
But honestly, this cold spell is getting crazy. It turns out they name winter storms now. Winter Storm Dion is what is happening right now. Yeah, Winter Storm Dion just ravaging the Northeast with a mix of snow, sleet, and her 1997 hit, My Heart Will Go On. Yeah.
People have died from the snow and the sleet trying to get away.
American officials and members of other nations have gathered together with Iran and finally reached a deal on Iran's nuclear program. Yeah. Nuclear policy. Now, Iran is only going to be allowed to see their program on holidays and every 3rd weekend, but the program will still be raised Muslim, so that's good. It's a win-win. What else? Honeybees. Turns out, researchers have found out that honeybees are able to identify individual human faces. Yeah, honeybees found out humans cannot identify individual honeybee faces. Racist much? Sure seems like it. Oh gosh.
What else? There's always something new on Twitter, Every time I go on there, there's something new.
Big Twitter news. Well, the porn industry. Porn industry is actually we got there. The porn industry is actually experiencing a shutdown right now after an actor was tested positive for HIV. Yeah, so the industry will only start back up once the Porn Senate can come to an agreement on a revamp to the porn healthcare website, pornobamacare.gov.
Every time I've gone on there, it's just porn.
It's just all this malware and stuff. But to end on a little bit of lighthearted pop culture news, Rebecca Black is back. Yeah, back with a sequel to her infamous song Friday, aptly titled Saturday. A lot better than the other Black sequels to Friday, Next Friday and Friday After Next.
I don't know what those are.
Did some people get that on the level I wanted them to? We'll never know. Finally, critics totally slammed NBC's live remake of The Sound of Music, starring country superstar Carrie Underwood. Yeah. One critique was just that, when the Von Trapps were escaping in the convent's car, once Jesus took the wheel, it was no more suspense. That was it. And those were jokes.